Hey guys, another video for our Healthcare in Japan playlist. As some of you already know, we had a plan to show you the hospital experience in Japan because it is something that we know some people are concerned about. People who are coming to Japan who have existing health issues, or just people who are coming to Japan who worry about what would happen if they ended up in a Japanese hospital. So we figure if we show you what that's like, it'll give you a bit more of an idea of what you could expect. So that was our plan. However, as some of you already know, the plan changed really suddenly, so we couldn't make the video the way we wanted to. The quality of the camera work's not going to be as good. We couldn't follow the logical sequence we were going to because our main camera operator ended up a bit of a mess and couldn't do what he was supposed to be doing, and the assistant camera operator couldn't do what she was supposed to be doing. So it was just a bit messy the way it ended up. So we've sort of got bits and pieces here that are sort of thrown together for you. It'll give you a bit of an idea what it's like anyway. We'll throw a little bit of commentary over the top. Here we go.
ここってね、その乾燥しとったりとかすると服が擦れて痒くなりやすい場所だもんだから、知らず知らずにガリガリやっとるとこんな感じにはなっちゃう。で、薬の作用とかだとやっぱ胸やお腹とかね、かなと思うんですけど、ガリガリガリガリやって表面の皮膚の血管がちょっとね、出血しとるような。
前あっちで話した時のあれとまた違う人だった。違う、そこに来た時に初めで会ったよ。なんか説明したよ、これのやる順番を。
Hey guys.
説明そっちでした人は同じじゃねえのか知らんけど、あんまり顔は覚えねえ。
General ward. The neighbours are close. Really close. That next bed is less than a metre away. Sorry guys, that's a very unattractive scene, isn't it? Very, very unattractive. Sorry about that. Should have come with a warning, this video, shouldn't it? It's like Jabba the Hutt lying there. So this little room's got four people in it. CT scan. Hey, look at that for a Christmas tree, guys. Loaded up, isn't it? This hospital allows you to wear your own clothes. You can choose to wear your own clothes or the hospital clothes. Obviously, before and after operations, they put you in their own pajama things because they're easy access for them. But the rest of the time, you can choose to wear your own clothes or hospital clothes. Just an idea of the background noise. The guy in the next bed is literally within arm's reach. It was a long night. Every night was a long night. He really was just on the other side of that curtain. You could reach out and touch him if you wanted to. You could reach right through that curtain there and touch him right on the nose. Oh, eating, guys. That's what we're trying to show here. The guy on the other side of that curtain, every sound, he managed to make the smallest bowl of food into such a symphony of slurping and sucking, and it's sort of normal for Japanese guys. We talked about this in another video, but just so noisy, slurping and sucking and groaning and ahhing and oohing and swishing soup around in his mouth, and just constant food noise from that guy. Again, not complaining, just pointing out this is what it'll be like if you end up in time in a Japanese ward. If you got the money, you might want to get a room of your own, because or make sure you take lots of extra tolerance. Oh, this is the other one. It says on TV there, it says use an earphone. Use earphones if you're going to be watching TV. So it says it right there, that white writing on the TV. But the guy on the other side of this curtain just sort of didn't seem to bother about that. So constant TV noise from him, including some really, he was watching stuff he shouldn't have been watching, teenage girly stuff, which was sort of sad, really. It's like, what are you watching, dude? Wanted to pull the curtain back and say, dude, what are you watching? Oh, and he loved shaving too. Check this out. Every morning, early in the morning, his alarm went off on his phone. Now, the phone is supposed to be on mana mode, so you're not supposed to hear it at all, but every morning his phone alarm would go, and the first thing he did when he woke up was to break out his 40-year-old electric razor and shave himself up. So sort of 2 points here, guys. One is, if you end up in a Japanese hospital in a ward, these are the sort of noises you're going to have to put up with fairly constantly, and they're really, really close. So you might want to think about getting your own room if you can. The other thing is that we can learn from this what not to do. So there is another room. He was able to walk, so he should have really gone off to the washroom to do the shaving. So that's what we should do if we want to shave. Go to the washroom if we're mobile, and have your phone switched to mana mode. Use earphones on your TV. So basically all the things this guy's doing, we're not supposed to do in a Japanese hospital. Probably other hospitals around the world too, but anyway, there it is. There's the Christmas tree, guys. Have a look at that. They had the old guy on 5.5 litres of drips a day, feeding into each arm, drip in each arm, or a IV in each arm. 5.5 litres a day. How's that? And do you know how we know which one contains the painkiller? Have a look. It's got the smiley face on it. The painkiller's got the smiley face on it. Yes, it does. Oh yeah, the nurses, everywhere they go, they push around one of these trolleys that has the computer on the top, and then it has little trays underneath with whatever it is that they're administering to people. But everything they do goes into the computer, and it must be a really good system that they use, because they all know what's going on, they all know what's happened, they all know what's coming next. It's a really, really good system, and they're really, really efficient. And all those IVs that were hanging up there, that they will turn up a minute after one of them runs out, because it's all put in the computer. They know when the IVs are due to run out and when the next one has to go up. And oh, this is the bed. Have a look at the pillow. It's a traditional Japanese one, so it's just a bag of beans basically. So it has no shape, very hard to get comfortable on it, and really noisy, because of course that bean noise is right underneath your ear. And then no sheet, of course. Japanese style is just to have the doona on top. And the bed's about 185 centimetres long, probably. The old man's 189. Oh, this is for washing up. They give you these if you can't have a shower. They give you these. they'll sometimes clean your back with one of these wet towels, and they deliver them hot. They bring them around hot. Similar to an oshiburi that they give you in restaurants in Japan, but just bigger and designed to clean the body. So you can clean yourself with these things. Leaves you feeling a bit fresher. Oh, here's the food cart. Those of you who've seen the food video, not sure if that's been released before or after this one, but there's a video about the food. And sadly, the sound of the food cart coming down the hall was actually a pretty sad sound. It's like, oh, here we go, I've got to eat all the food. No. The guys that look after the food cart either look like surgeons or nuclear technicians. Have a look at them. Pretty serious. They come in and ask you your name before they give it to you. They're very careful about everybody getting the right food, of course, because everyone's on different diets. Oh, so this is called a telephone card. So you put your 1,000 yen in there and it pushes out a telephone card for you. So they're used ones, those ones, but that's basically what it looks like. And then they have these little envelopes down here. If you're coming to visit somebody in the hospital, you can buy them a 1,000 yen phone card. The crane, of course, is a symbol of good health and recovery and that sort of thing. So you can put the little phone card in there and give it to someone as a present, which is a pretty good thing to give them, really, because it doesn't just work to use... Oh, television card, it says. Television, not telephone. But you can actually use it in the phone, and you can use it... So you can use it in that public phone there. You can use it here to actually operate the television. So about $1 a day, about 100 yen a day to run the TV. Also, there's a refrigerator underneath here, and the card runs the refrigerator as well. So you're basically paying to use the fridge and the phone. There's also and the television, and there's a washing machine and a dryer in this particular hospital in the washroom, so you can wash clothes and dry clothes if you want to. So there was actually a guy in there, that noisy guy, one of the noisy guys, and just showing you what they do. When someone checks out, when someone leaves, they actually take everything out of that cubicle and clean the cubicle really thoroughly, and then everything that they've taken out, they then clean piece by piece and then return it back into the room. So really, really thorough, even if the person was only there for 24 hours. So of course it's a hospital, so of course they're always careful with germs and things, but it's a Japanese hospital, so they take cleanliness to a whole new level. Oh, slippers, of course, that's the biggest size, which is probably about a 27 centimetre or something. So pretty small, pretty standard deal in Japan. You know, you get given slippers and sort of shuffle around in them, same deal. But the sound, that's another sound that you get in the Japanese hospital, is the slippers slapping and dragging. So there's a real unique sound the way Japanese people move in slippers. It's sort of a half slapping, half dragging sound, and it's just constant in the hospital. People walking up and down, everyone's wearing slippers. A lot of the professionals, the doctors and so on, wear Crocs. So there's lots of dragging of slippers and slapping of slippers fairly constantly. 24 hours a day. So they're good, guys. They are good, but another thing that sort of probably show you in another video in the future is the language thing. If your Japanese isn't really good, a barbershop, you're going to find Japanese hospital really difficult, because of course they come in every couple of hours and ask you questions and things. So the advice would be, oh, this is an attempt at art, guys. The guy's lying there on his back looking at this thinking how artistic it looks. But yeah, the advice would be, if you need something done in a hospital and you have the opportunity, if it's not urgent, you have the opportunity to return to your own country, that's probably the better way to go. Unless your Japanese is really, really good, because, you know, it's fairly constant in there and it's difficult Japanese because it's all medical terms and things. So I just really wanted to get that point across in one of these videos, that if you do have the option, if you're in Japan, you need hospitalization and it's not urgent, you got the opportunity to travel, you know, be home in your own country the next day, then you really might want to think about that, because, you know, there's no English in most of these hospitals, and the Japanese is all medical Japanese. It's pretty tricky. So I just really wanted to make that point. But anyway, we'll have some more on this topic coming soon. There's some more hospitalization coming up, so we might be able to show you some other things in that one. Anyway, there it was. More videos coming soon.